Hello everyone, my name is Cheyenne and I'd like to welcome you all to this presentation as part of the Mental Health Qualification Program. This unit plays a vital role in mental health where continual self-reflection and professional growth are key to delivering ethical, effective and client-centered care. So the unit is CHCPRP003, Reflect on and Improve Own Professional Practice. This is a vital part of your mental health qualification. So this unit focuses on enhancing your ability to critically evaluate and continuously improve your professional practice to better meet the needs of your clients and also to uphold the standards of the mental health sector. Now, during the session, we'll be touching on certain topics. So a few of them are reflective practices. So we'll be exploring self-evaluation techniques such as SWOT analysis and reflection tools to identify strengths, weaknesses, and areas for improvement. We will also be looking at the importance of two-way feedback. So how to actively seek and provide feedback and how to interpret and apply it to your professional growth. We were looking at professional development, so discovering strategies to set goals, create self-development plans, and access ongoing professional learning to maintain and improve your practice. We'll be looking at legal and ethical considerations as well, so understanding your duty of care, also confidentiality, and the importance of ethical conduct in all professional interactions. Then we'll be covering an overview of the assessments for this unit. So the assessment tasks for this unit are designed to ensure that learners, so you, can apply what you've learned in practical and meaningful ways. Assessments may include completing reflective exercises, participating in case studies and role plays, developing a professional development plan as well, and also written answer questions or quizzes. All the required resources that you will need, including detailed instructions and supporting materials, can be accessed through your learning portal. So please take the time to review these resources thoroughly before beginning your assessments. If you need any assistance or have any questions about the unit, content, or assessments, feel free to reach out to student support, SLO, and they'll do everything they can to help you guys out. So let's work together to reflect, grow, and make meaningful impact in the mental health sector. Let's begin. So before I start, I just want to recognize the traditional owners of the land. In the spirit of reconciliation, Hattah Institute of Education acknowledges the traditional custodians of country throughout Australia and the connection to land, sea and community. We recognise Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander people as the first inhabitants of the nation and the traditional custodians of the land on which we work, live and stay. We express our gratitude for the sharing of the land, our sorrows for the personal, spiritual and cultural cost of that sharing, and hope that we may move forward together in harmony and in the spirit of healing. We pay our respects to all First Nations people and acknowledge elders past, present and emerging. So this unit is covered over 3 sessions and I'll be going through over each one in this recording. So session 1 overview is about reflective practice and self-evaluation. Now, in terms of reflective practice, like I mentioned just a moment ago, this involves taking the time to think critically about our actions, decisions, and experiences in the workplace. By doing so, we can identify what's working well and what needs improvement, ultimately enhancing the quality of the support we provide to clients. Self-evaluation. Now, this is the process of assessing our own skills, knowledge, and performance. Through self-evaluation, we can identify gaps in our competencies, set goals for professional development, and ensure we are delivering ethical and effective mental health support. Together, these practices help us to grow as professionals and uphold the standard required in the mental health field. We'll be also covering these three areas on your screen as well. So evaluating feedback. So we'll discuss the importance of gathering and analyzing feedback from clients, colleagues, and supervisors. This helps us identify areas of strength and opportunities for improvement in our practice. We'll be looking at the importance of reflecting on feedback. So taking the time to process feedback is very important for personal and professional growth. We'll be looking at how reflecting on this input helps us understand its implication and plan actionable steps. Finally, we'll focus on how to use insight gained through feedback and reflection to implement meaningful changes in our professional practice. This ensures we continually evolve and meet the needs of clients effectively. By addressing these areas, we aim to strengthen our reflective practice and enhance our contribution to the mental health field. Reflective practice is a fundamental aspect of professional growth in the mental health field. Let's break it down into three key elements, as you can see on your screen. Analyze work. This involves critically reviewing our daily practices, the decisions and interactions to identify what worked well and what could have been handled differently. It's about asking ourselves what went right and what could be improved. Now, then we'll move on to ways of improving. So once we identify areas for growth, we can then explore the strategies that will enhance the practice. So this could include additional training, adopting new techniques, or seeking mentorship to build on our existing skills. Strengths and weaknesses is a very critical part of reflective practice. So reflective practice will help us recognize our strengths and use them to our advantage while addressing weaknesses with a proactive approach. By acknowledging these, we become more self-aware and better equipped to support clients effectively. Now, together, these steps create a cycle of learning and development, ensuring that we always are evolving in our professional roles in the sector. Self-evaluation is a critical process for maintaining high standards in the mental health profession. Now, let's explore these key components. First one, down the bottom, self-awareness. So the foundation of self-evaluation is understanding our emotions, our behaviors, and thought processes. This will ultimately help us identify how we can interact with other people and how our actions align with professional expectations. Monitoring. So regularly tracking our performance allows us to measure progress and recognize areas where improvement is required. Monitoring ensures consistency and helps maintain accountability also. It's important to consider different perspectives as well when it comes to self-evaluation. So seeking feedback from colleagues, supervisors, and clients provide valuable insights that we may not see it ourselves. Now, considering multiple perspectives enhances our understanding and fosters growth. And then envision a new solution. So self-evaluation is not just about identifying challenges, but also about brainstorming and implementing innovative solutions to address those challenges. So by combining all these elements, self-evaluation will then become a dynamic and ongoing process that promotes personal and professional growth while ensuring we provide the best possible support to our clients. Further to this, self-evaluation is a continuous progress that combines key elements that drive professional growth and also improves the practice. So here it highlights the equation for success. So feedback plus self-reflection equals improved practice. So let's begin with feedback. Again, gathering input from colleagues, supervisors, and clients help us understand how our work is perceived and where improvements are needed. Now, feedback provides a foundation for growth by identifying strengths and areas for development. Self-reflection. So this involves taking the time to critically analyze the feedback we receive. Self-reflection also allows us to process the information and connect to our professional experiences, which will then allow us to foster deeper self-awareness. If we do these two things right, feedback and self-reflection, then ultimately we are improving our practice. So when feedback and self-reflection combined, they lead to actionable steps for enhancing our skills, our behaviors, and our approaches. So this result in better outcomes for both the professionals and the clients we support. Now, by following this formula, we can ensure our practice remains client-centered, also ethical, and we ensure that it's aligned with the highest professional standards. A SWOT analysis, as you can see on the screen, is a powerful tool for self-evaluation and professional growth, especially in the mental health field. It helps us systematically examine our strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats. Now, let's break these down. So as you can see, as you would be aware, SWOT is the acronym for strength, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats. So let's start off with strengths. Now, I want you guys to ask yourself, what do I do well? So identifying your key strengths helps you understand what you can leverage in your practice to achieve better outcomes. Weaknesses. So one has to reflect on what they could do better. So recognizing areas that need improvement is very important for developing the targeted strategies that are required for growth in that particular area. Opportunities. Now, you need to consider what strengths can I turn into opportunities. Now, these might include new training programs, collaboration with peers, or ways to enhance clients' outcomes using your existing skills. And then we have threats. So we need to evaluate what obstacles exist. These could include workplace challenges, gaps in the knowledge, or external factors that may impact your ability to perform effectively. So by regularly conducting SWOT analysis, we can create a clear plan to build on our strengths, address the weaknesses, seize the opportunities, and mitigate any threat. This ensures ongoing professional development and the ability to adapt to a constantly evolving field. Now, here it illustrates the framework of a SWOT analysis, which is divided into 4 quadrants, as you saw in the last slide, helping us assess both internal and external factors that impact professional practice. So if we look at strength again, so these are internal factors that you do well. Strengths can include your skills, your knowledge, or personal attributes that contribute to effective practice. For example, strong communication skills or a good understanding of mental health interventions can be a strength. So then weaknesses. So these refer to internal factors where improvement is required. Weaknesses could include gaps in knowledge, time management, or specific skills that require development. Opportunities. These are external factors that you can take advantage of. Opportunities might include new training programs, like we spoke about in the last slide, collaboration with colleagues, or advancement in mental health practices. Threat. These are external challenges or barriers that could affect your ability to perform well. These might be things like organizational changes, resource limitations, or different client situations. Now, the arrow indicates how internal factors, the strengths and the weaknesses, should be leveraged or managed in relation to external factors, which are the opportunities and threats. Now, the goal here is to use this analysis to maximize strengths and opportunities while addressing weaknesses and minimizing threats, allowing for continuous improvement in your mental health practice. Here, it outlines the essential steps for conducting effective self-evaluation, which is critical as it is an important practice in maintaining and improving the professional standards in the mental health sector. So the first one there is allow time. So self-evaluation requires setting aside dedicated time to reflect on your practice without distractions. Rushing the process can lead to incomplete insights. Quiet space. Calm and quiet environment is crucial for deep reflection and also allows you to focus and think critically about your actions and your decisions and their outcomes. Relax. So reflection is most effective when you are in a relaxed state. So taking time to breathe and center yourself can help you think clearly and objectively about your experience. While self-evaluation involves identifying areas for improvement, it is equally important to recognize and celebrate the successes as well. Highlighting achievements boosts confidence and provides a foundation for building further skills. Now, by following these steps, you can ensure that your self-evaluation is thoughtful, balanced, and productive, leading to a meaningful personal and professional growth. Values, beliefs, and behaviors intersect to create appropriate and professional practice in the mental health field. So when it comes to individual job requirement, every role has a specific expectation and standard. This includes skills, the responsibilities, and workplace protocols that guide how we perform our duties. It is important that you comply with legislation. So professional behavior must align with relevant laws, regulations, and the ethical standards. This ensures the safety, the rights, and the dignity of clients and that they are respected and also upheld. We've got to make sure that we take appropriate practice, that we lean to appropriate practices. So at the intersection of job requirement and compliance with legislation lies appropriate practice. This means delivering services that are professional, ethical, and client-centered. By integrating these three elements, we ensure our behaviors and practices not only reflect our personal and professional values, but also meet the legal and organizational standards required for high quality in the mental health sector. The key aspects of sharing feedback effectively, as you can see on screen, which is it is crucial that we foster professional growth and maintain strong teamwork in the mental health field. Giving and receiving feedback is very important when we're talking about sharing feedback. So effective feedback is a two-way process. It's essential to be open to receiving constructive input from others while also providing thoughtful and respectful feedback to colleagues. This builds trust and supports improvement, ongoing continuous improvement in the organization. Criticism has to be constructive. So feedback should always be constructive, focusing on specific behaviors or actions rather than personal attributes. The goal is to help identify areas for growth while maintaining a supportive and professional tone. Experience both roles, so fully appreciate feedback. It's important to experience both giving and receiving roles. By understanding the challenges and benefits of each perspective, you can improve your communication and empathy in the feedback process. Now, together, these feedbacks create a culture of continuous learning and development, ensuring that feedback becomes a tool for positive change rather than criticism. Here, it highlights common challenges that can arise when engaging in two-way feedback. An essential process for professional development, as we spoke about in the previous slide. One challenge can be fitting this into a work schedule. So in busy work environments, it is going to be sometimes difficult to find time for meaningful feedback sessions. And as we all know, this can be very difficult. So prioritizing and scheduling regular feedback opportunities is key to overcome these challenges. Another challenge is fear of negative criticism, which is a very common challenge in workplaces. People love giving constructive feedback, but in a lot of cases, they don't like receiving any feedback. So many people feel apprehensive about receiving feedback, especially if it might highlight areas of improvement, like I just suggested. So creating a supportive environment that emphasizes growth rather than judgment helps reduce the fear as well. Another challenge, as you can see on your screen, is letting go of the idea that you are superior. Effective two-way feedback requires humility and openness. It is important to recognize that everyone can learn and grow regardless of their position or experience. Here, it emphasizes the importance of actively seeking and reflecting on feedback as part of professional development. So it's all about seek and reflect on feedback. So let's talk about a variety of sources. So gathering feedback from different perspectives, such as colleagues, your supervisors, and the clients, provides a well-rounded understanding of your strengths and areas for improvement. You should be able to provide your own feedback as well. So feedback is a two-way process. So offering constructive feedback to others fosters collaboration and helps create a culture that portrays continuous improvement. Writing about the feedback. This is a very important part when it comes to seek and reflecting on feedback. Documenting feedback helps us or helps the process effectively. So writing allows you to analyze the feedback in detail and track the recurring themes or specific areas that keep getting mentioned for development. Reflection equals insight. So reflecting on feedback leads to a deeper understanding or insights into your professional behavior and also your decision making. It allows you to identify the steps that are actionable that will enhance the workplace practice. By seeking, by providing and reflecting on feedback, you can turn these insights into meaningful changes that support both the personal and the professional growth of individuals. So seek and reflect on feedback. So to continue on with this, a few other areas that need to be mentioned is description and patterns. So when you're documenting feedback or reflections, we've got to begin by documenting the feedback you receive. So when you do that, it's important that you look for the patterns or the information that keeps coming up. So that's called the recurring themes in the feedback. And this will allow us to identify consistent areas of strengths or opportunities for improvement in the workplace. Interpretation. You have to be able to reflect on what the feedback means. Consider the context, who provided it, and how it relates to your goals and professional standards. Now, this step will help you understand the feedback's implications. How you would use what you've learned, a very important part of feedback. So, when we identify actionable steps, you can then take based on this feedback. So whether it is improving the skills that you possess or your colleagues possess, or if it's about adjusting an approach or even seeking additional training, use the feedback that was provided, that you gathered, to guide your professional development. So to summarize, your reflection and insights is very important as well. So you've got to recognize how this process will enhance your practice and contribute to the growth as a professional. Now, this approach ensures that feedback becomes a valuable tool for self-improvement, helping you continuously evolve and deliver high-quality services. Seeking and reflecting on feedback is an essential part of professional growth. Now here, it highlights the importance of enhancing your own practice. In the field of mental health, continuous improvement is essential to providing the best support for clients. First, the quality of the improvement plans that involve setting clear, actionable goals for improving your work. This could include enhancing communication techniques, refining documentation processes, or also adopting new therapeutic strategies. A plan ensures you are working intentionally towards better outcomes. Next is identifying gaps. So this involves reflecting on your current practice to pinpoint areas where your skills or knowledge might need updating. For example, you might notice gaps in understanding trauma-informed care or interventions for clients with complex needs. Identifying these gaps in the first steps to addressing them. Then finally, seeking the information is critical in mental health. So staying informed about the latest research, tools, and strategies ensures your practice evolves alongside advancements in the field. Now, this could involve attending workshops, professional development, or seeking mentorship from experienced colleagues. By focusing on these three areas that I just spoke about, developing a quality improvement plan, identifying the gaps, and seeking new information, we can then continuously enhance your practice, or you can continuously enhance your practice and have a greater impact on supporting your clients' mental health and well-being. Networking is a vital component of professional development, especially in the field like mental health, where collaboration and resource sharing is critical. This slide here highlights three interconnected aspects of networking. Firstly, developing contacts. So building relationships with professionals in your field is the first step. So this could include attending industry events, joining professional organizations, or engaging with colleagues in your workplace. Establishing a broad network of contacts provide access to new ideas, resources, and also the opportunities that come with that. Next, using contacts. So once you've established connection, the next step is to utilizing them effectively. So this could involve seeking advice, sharing knowledge, or collaborating on projects. Now, using your networks helps you resolve challenges more effectively and also staying informed about best practices. Finally, professional practice. So networking directly impacts your professional practice. So now by integrating the insight and also the resources gained through your contacts that you made, you can enhance the quality of work that you can output and ensure you're providing the best possible support to clients. Now, together, these elements create a cycle where professional practice is enriched through the process of networking, which in turn leads to the development and use of even stronger connections. To further talk about networks. So networking is an essential part of career development and professional success. Also, again, I want to highlight also, particularly in the mental health sector. So let's have a look at further steps in building and utilizing networks effectively. First, clarify career goals. So begin by understanding what you want to achieve in your career. Now, clear goals will help you identify the type of people and resources that you need to contact or connect with to advance yourself professionally. Then identify areas of support. So consider the areas where you may need guidance or resources, such as advice on career progression, skill development, or access to professional opportunities. This helps you target your networks effectively. Next, local networks. So engage with your immediate community or professional network. Local connections are often easier to access and can provide valuable personalized support and opportunities for collaboration. Finally, your approach. So take proactive steps to reach out and build relationships, whether through attending events, joining organizations, or reaching out to individuals directly. How you approach networking will determine the strengths and quality of your professional connections. Now, as I mentioned, by following these steps that we spoke about in the first slide and now the second slide, you can create a robust network that supports your career growth and also helps you enhance your ability to develop high quality mental health services. Now we're up to session 2. So in this session, we'll be covering these areas. So one will be development plans, and the other one is self-care. So in terms of development plans, we're going to look at how to create personalized development plans that align with the client's needs and gaps. So these plans are essential for tracking progress, identifying any areas of gaps, and ensuring continuous growth in the rehabilitation. Self-care, equally important. We're going to talk about self-care strategies to maintain the well-being of the client and yourself while working in demanding environments. So taking care of yourself and the client is not just beneficial for you, but also ensures that you can provide the best possible support for your clients. Okay, now seeking specialist help is an important strategy for professional and personal development. Specialists can support your growth in 3 key ways, and each plays a unique and valuable role in your journey. So the first one on your screen there is mentor. A mentor is someone with experience and expertise in your field who can offer you long-term support and guidance. Now, they can help you set goals, navigate complex challenges, and provide insight into the broader context of your profession. There are also people that can humble you, and make you realize that you still need to improve. There's still a long way to go in your career. Because a lot of people, when they first start their professional journeys, sometimes they get ahead of themselves and they believe they already are equipped with the skills that are required to fulfill their duties. And in most of the time, this is not the case. And this is where good mentors will come in and give you required feedback and required guidance in letting you know that no, there is a long way for you to go and there are still areas that you can improve on. And let's be honest, everyone can improve. It doesn't matter how long you've been in the profession, there's always areas of improvement to be made. Mentors often act as role models as well. So sharing lessons from their own experiences and helping you build confidence in your abilities. So, for example, in the mental health field, a mentor might guide you in developing effective communication techniques or exploring leadership opportunities, and also teaching you the importance of active listening and how you treat clients and how you welcome clients as well. It's very important. Guide. So, while similar to a mentor, our guide is typically more focused on specific tasks or challenges. They provide targeted advice and practical strategies to help you overcome the immediate obstacles that you are facing. So, for example, a guide might help you develop a specific skill, such as crisis intervention, or assist you in understanding the new legislation that impacts on your practice. Their role is often shorter term, but equally impactful in helping you stay on track. And then we have constructive feedback. We touched on this a few slides ago. So specialists can provide feedback that is objective, specific, and actionable. Constructive feedback highlights both your strengths and the areas where you can improve on. This helps you gain clarity on what's working well and what needs adjustments. So, for instance, feedback from a supervisor might identify opportunities to improve your case documentation and also to enhance your approach to clients. The key is in this situation is that the feedback is delivered, in a supportive and respectful manner, encouraging growth rather than creating a defense mechanism towards the feedback. So by engaging with the specialists in these roles, you are not only investing in your own development, but also ensuring you can provide the highest standard of care to the clients that you are working with. Whether it's through mentorship, guidance, or feedback, these interactions can significantly enhance your confidence, your skills, and your overall effectiveness as a professional. Now, self-care is a crucial aspect of maintaining your well-being, especially in demanding fields like mental health, where emotional and professional resilience are essential. So this slide highlights the 4 key dimensions of self-care. Firstly, emotional. So emotional self-care involves activities that help you process and manage your feelings. So this can include journaling, seeking therapy, or practicing mindfulness techniques. Taking time to acknowledge and validate your emotions is essential for maintaining mental health and preventing burnout. Secondly, physical. So the physical self-care focuses on maintaining your body's health and vitality. Regular exercise, a balanced diet, and adequate sleep are foundational to physical well-being. In addition to this, staying attuned to physical warning signs like fatigue or stress-related symptoms can also help you take preventative action. Next, social. So social self-care is about fostering meaningful relationships and creating a strong support network. So spending time with family and friends, connecting with colleagues, or even participating in a group activity helps build a sense of community and in turn will reduce feelings of isolation. Finally, spiritual. Spiritual self-care involves connecting with your inner self or higher values. This might include practicing meditation. It could involve engaging in religious or even spiritual activities, or simply spending time in nature. Spiritual self-care fosters a sense of purpose and inner peace. Now, each of these dimensions that I just spoke about overlaps and interacts with each other, meaning that balances across all areas is very important. So by prioritizing your self-care, we not only enhance our well-being, but also ensure that you are better equipped to provide the highest quality service and care and support to the clients that you are working with. There are further strategies or key aspects that you can follow to improve your self-care that will benefit your self-care. Again, self-care is a very important part of practice for maintaining both your personal well-being and also your professional effectiveness. Now, let's discuss further strategies that can help you with that. First one is mindfulness practices. So, mindfulness helps you to reduce stress and enhance focus. These techniques include meditation, deep breathing, or even mindful walks can help you stay present and manage the emotional demands of the field that you're working in. Next, healthy diet. So nutrition plays a very important role in physical and mental health. A balanced diet not only supports your energy levels, but also can improve your overall resilience against stress. Time off is very important. So taking regular breaks and scheduling time off from work is essential for preventing burnout. So whether it's a short break during the day or a planned vacation, stepping away allows you to recharge and return with renewed focus. Personal relationships. So nurturing meaningful relationships is an important part when it comes to self-care, and very important for your emotional well-being. So you can do things like spending time with your friends, your family, or a trusted support network that will help you create a balance and provides an outlet for sharing thoughts and also your feelings. So by incorporating all these strategies that we spoke about, when it in relations to self-care into your own routine, you can maintain a healthier balance between personal and professional responsibilities. Again, to ensure that you are able to perform at your very best. A self-development plan is a vital tool for guiding your personal and professional growth. Now here, as you can see on your screen, it outlines key elements that form the foundation of an effective self-development plan. Let's talk about maintain credibility. So continuously developing your own skills and staying up to date with the absolute best practice ensure that you remain credible in your field. So this is particularly important when it comes to mental health, where clients and colleagues rely on your expertise and your professionalism. Another important point is humility. Acknowledging that there is always room for growth is very important. So humility allows you to accept constructive feedback, learn from other people, and approach challenges with an open mind. Next is reflection. So regularly self-reflect is very important. So regular self-reflection can be considered as the cornerstone of any self-development plan. So by evaluating your own performance and identifying the areas that you need improvement in and recognizing your achievements in the same time, you will be able to create actionable goals that align with your own personal and also your professional values. Finally, focus and direction. A clear focus and a sense of direction will help you prioritize what actually matters most in your own development. Setting specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, and time-bound SMART goals will ensure that your plan remains purposeful and effective. By integrating these principles into your self-development plan, you can build a meaningful path to growth, ensuring you are continuously enhancing your practice and contributing positively to the lives of those that you support in your work. A self-development plan is an essential roadmap for achieving personal and professional growth. So like I spoke about just before, it provides clarity and structure to help you focus your efforts on meaningful objectives. So now I want to explore with you guys the steps to highlight in this area so we can dive deeper into the concept of SMART goals. Now the acronym SMART is separated into specific, measurable, achievable, realistic, and time. So when it comes to goal setting, at the heart of any effective self-development plan is goal setting. So goals tend to give you direction and purpose, acting as milestone to measure your own progress. To ensure success, it is very important to use a SMART framework, which stands for what I just said: specific, measurable, achievable, realistic, and timely. So first, let's talk about specific. So goals should be clear and precise. Instead of saying, I want to improve my skills as a general goal, specify which skill you want to improve, such as, I want to improve my public speaking skills by delivering one presentation per month. Next, measurable. Your goal should include measurable criteria so you can track progress and know when it has been achieved. For example, I want to increase satisfaction scores by 10% in 6 months. Then, achievable. Your goals should be realistic given your current resources and constraints. For example, it's more achievable to aim for completing a professional course within a year rather than 5 or 6 months. Next, you have to be realistic when you're setting your goals. So ensure the goal is relevant to your broader career or personal objectives. It should align with what you want to accomplish long term. Finally, timely. You have to set clear deadline for your goals. A time frame creates a sense of urgency and motivates consistent effort, such as, I will achieve this goal by the end of the year. You have to know your goals. So understanding your goals is crucial. Reflect on your aspirations, strengths, and areas where you need to grow. What clear goals ensure is your efforts are directed towards meaningful outcomes. So whether it's mastering a new skill, earning a qualification, or taking on leadership responsibilities. It is also a very effective strategy when you take small steps to achieve these goals. So large goals can often feel overwhelming, even with yourself. So by breaking them down into smaller actionable steps, makes them more manageable. This is the same thing you will be doing with your own clients. So, for example, if your goal is to complete a certificate, smaller steps include researching programs, enrolling, and dedicating a set amount of time weekly to study. Then you have to be able to reflect on them goals. So reflection is an integral part of this whole process. It allows you to evaluate what's working, identify the challenges, and make adjustments as needed. For example, you might realize a particular strategy isn't effective and decide to pivot to a new approach. Reflection can also help you celebrate progress, which is vital for staying motivated. Then it is important that you review your goals and your progress. So regularly reviewing your self-development plan ensures that it remains relevant and is aligned with your evolving goals. It allows you to celebrate achievements once again, reassess the priorities, and set new objectives or make any changes that are relevant to them goals. For instance, after completing one goal, you can immediately outline the next step in your development journey. So by using SMART goals and combining them with reflection and review, you create a dynamic, actionable self-development plan. This structured approach will ensure that your personal and professional growth evolves with you, enabling continuous improvement and success. Professional development is essential for both personal growth and career advancement. I've been saying that a lot during this presentation, but it's true. Now, here it highlights three key benefits of investing in continuous learning and improvement. First, I want to talk about boosting confidence. So developing new skills and enhancing your knowledge gives you a sense of accomplishment and self-assurance. Confidence not only improves your performance, but also helps you handle challenges and decisions that are made with greater ease. Then staying competitive. So in a ever-changing field like mental health, staying updated with the latest practices, technologies, and research ensures you remain relevant and competitive in the job market. Continuous development sets you apart and positions you as a leader in your field. Impress future clients. So professional development enhances your ability to provide high quality service. When your clients see that you are committed to learning and growth, this will build trust and establishes you as a credible and reliable professional. Now, by focusing on these benefits, professional development will then become a powerful tool for achieving the goals that you have set while ensuring that you deliver the best possible outcomes for the people that you support, your clients. Okay, so now we're up to session 3. So here we'll be focusing on two critical components of professional growth and performance enhancement. First one is you can see on your screen, evaluative feedback. So we'll explore the importance of evaluating feedback as a tool for growth. Feedback helps us understand our strengths, identify areas for improvement, and align our performance with organizational standards and personal goals. We'll also discuss how to give and receive constructive feedback effectively to create a supportive environment for continuous improvement. And then also improvements. So the second focus will be on translating feedback into actionable improvement. So this involves setting clear objectives, creating plans to address identified gaps, and tracking progress. Improvements not only enhance the individual's performance, but also contributes to the overall success of the team and organization. So Let's talk a little bit, let's first cover legal and ethical considerations. So legal and ethical considerations are fundamental to professional practice, especially in fields like mental health and community services. Now, here we highlight three critical areas to focus on: policies and procedures, privacy and confidentiality, and disclosure. So in terms of policies and procedures, every organization operates within a framework of policies and procedures designed to ensure compliance with laws and regulations. Adhering to these policies not only protects the organization, but also ensures consistency and fairness in the service delivery. So it is very important to regularly review and understand your organization's guidelines and to stay aligned with legal and ethical standards. It's also important to consider privacy and confidentiality. So protecting the privacy of clients and maintaining confidentiality are key ethical responsibilities. These include safeguarding personal information, sharing data, and only with the appropriate consent, and ensuring that all communication remains secure. For example, ensuring compliance with laws such as the Privacy Act of 1988, Commonwealth law, in Australia demonstrates respect for clients' rights and also fosters trust. It's also important to consider disclosure when it comes to legal and ethical consideration. So knowing when and how to disclose information is another critical consideration. There's going to be situations where disclosure is legally required, such as reporting risks of harm to to a client or others. So while ensuring that disclosure is done responsibly and in accordance with legal and organizational requirements. By addressing these considerations, you will be able to demonstrate your commitment to ethical practice and your ability to navigate complex scenarios with professionalism and also integrity. Duty of care is a legal and ethical obligation to ensure that safety and well-being of those we support. So here it's highlighted four interconnected components that guide how we fulfill the responsibility. Firstly, duties. So duty of care involves specific responsibilities to provide safe components and ethical support. This includes adhering to professional standards, organizational policies, and legal frameworks. For example, it's our duty to identify and address risks, ensuring that clients are protected from harm. Next, directions. Directions refer to the guidelines and protocols provided by your organization or governing body. These directions help clarify the expectations for maintaining duty of care, ensuring consistency and accountability in your actions as well. It's important to follow these directives to align your practice with established standards. Next, rights. So duty of care also involves respecting the rights of individuals, including their right to dignity, autonomy, and informed decision making. So balancing duty of care with clients' rights ensures that we provide support in a way that empowers individuals while meeting legal and ethical obligations. Finally, act. So the duty of care is not just about understanding your responsibilities, but actively taking appropriate actions when required to do so. This could include intervening in situations where harm is imminent, providing support to prevent risks, or seeking further assistance when a situation is beyond your expertise. By understanding and applying these components, we fulfill our duty of care in a way that prioritizes safety, respect for their rights, and promoting trust and accountability in our own professional practice. Ethical conduct is the foundation of professionalism in any field. It ensures that our actions align with the established standards and foster trust. Here, I want to outline three critical elements of ethical conduct, as you can see on your screen. The first one is, again, like we discussed in the last slide, code of ethics. So a code So we discussed duty of care, but code of ethics is a very important part when it comes to duty of care. So a code of ethics serves as a guiding framework for behavior and decision making. It outlines the principles and values that professionals are expected to uphold, such as integrity, respect, and fairness. So adhering to a code of ethics helps ensure consistency and accountability in how we approach our work and interact with clients, colleagues, and the community. Then professional conduct comes into play. So ethical conduct is reflected in how we carry ourselves in the workplace. This includes maintaining professionalism, demonstrating competence, and treating others with respect. Upholding professional conduct not only strengthens relationships, but also reinforces the credibility of the organization and the services that they provide. Finally, conflict of interests. Ethical behavior requires identifying and managing conflict of interest. A conflict of interest occurs when a personal, financial, or other interest could compromise professional judgment or integrity. Addressing potential conflicts transparently and proactively safeguards trust and ensures that decisions are made in the best interest of the client and the organization as well. So now by integrating these three elements into our daily practice, we can then build a strong ethical foundation that enhances trust, ensures accountability, and promotes excellence in our professional roles. Understanding and adhering to legal requirements is fundamental to our role as professionals. Now, here I want to highlight three critical areas where compliance is essential. Firstly, WH&S, Workplace Health and Safety. Now, WH&S laws are designed to ensure a safe and healthy environment for all workers and clients. Now, this involves identifying hazards, assessing risks, and implementing measures to prevent harm. Compliance with WH&S legislation not only protects individuals, but also contributes to creating a culture of safety within the organization. Next, mandatory reporting. Now, as professionals, you will have the legal obligation to report specific incidents or concerns, such as suspected child abuse, neglect, or harm. Mandatory reporting ensures that vulnerable individuals receive the protection and support that they need. It is vital to be familiar with the specific reporting requirements in your jurisdiction to fulfill these responsibilities effectively. It's a very good idea that you, whichever respected state or territory that you are from, that you understand the laws and regulations when it comes to mandatory reporting. Although they are very similar, but there are a little bit of nuance and differences when it comes to each state and territory. Finally, discrimination. So anti-discrimination laws aim to promote equity and also fairness by prohibiting discrimination based on factors such as age, gender, race, disability, or religion. Now, adhering to these laws ensure that all individuals are treated with respect and have equal access to services and opportunities. It's our responsibility to challenge discriminatory behavior and foster an inclusive environment. By understanding and applying these legal requirements, we ensure that our practices align with ethical standards and legal expectations, promoting trust, safety, and equality in our professional environments. Assessing and reviewing information, like we've discussed in previous slides, is a very important part of staying informed and maintaining professional standards. Now, here I want to highlight key resources and networks that support ongoing development and informed practice. So the first one is professional associations. Now, these organizations provide access to the latest research, any updates in the industry, any opportunities in training, and also the best practice in the field. In our terms, mental health. So they also advocate for the profession and offer resources such as webinars, journal articles, and policy updates that help practitioners stay current. Next, peak bodies. Now, peak bodies represent any and provide the leadership that is required within specific sectors. So they often set industry standards, they provide regulatory advice, and they also facilitate professional collaboration. So engaging with peak bodies ensures alignment with national or regional framework and enhances professional credibility. Finally, support members. So your colleagues and networks are invaluable resources like we've discussed previously. So sharing this knowledge and the experiences within your team or professional network will ultimately foster a collaborative learning environment, and then it will provide diverse perspectives as well. So this support system can be essential when we are navigating challenges or also seeking advice on complex issues. Now, by actively engaging with these resources, you will be able to ensure that your practice remains informed, reflective, and aligned with the latest development in your fields. So this commitment to accessing, reviewing information is a vital component in terms of professional growth and delivering the absolute highest quality of services in turn when it comes to your clients. Continuous PD, so continuous professional development, is a very essential part when it comes to staying current and maintaining high standards in your field. Now, here I want to highlight three key aspects of continuous PD, professional development. First, present. So engage in ongoing development ensures that your skills and knowledge remain relevant to the present day in needs of your profession, in relation to your profession. So by keeping up with industry changes or any technology and advancements and emerging best practices, you can effectively meet the demand of your role and adapt to changes in the sector that you are working in. Next, credibility. So continuous learning enhances your professional credibility. It demonstrates a commitment to excellence and proactive approach to self-improvement. Now, this credibility not only builds trust with the client that you are working with and also your colleagues, but also positions you as a knowledgeable and reliable professional in the field that you're working in. Finally, impress. So investing in PD can help you stand out in a competitive environment. It reflects your dedication to personal and professional growth, which is highly valued by employers, the clients, and your peers. It also equips you with the broader skill set, making you a versatile and capable team leader, a team member. Now, incorporating continuous professional development in your career not only benefits you professionally and your reputation, but also ensures you remain confident, adaptable, and well equipped to handle future challenges. So just to continue on with continuous professional development, again, it's about acquiring new skills. It's about expanding your capacity as a professional by focusing on important areas. Now, we covered three in the other slide. I want to speak about these three that you can see on your screen now. Firstly, widen experiences. So engaging in diverse professional opportunities will broaden your perspective and enrich your expertise. By attending workshops, collaborating with peers from different disciplines, or taking on varied roles, you gain invaluable insight that helps you adapt to new challenges and environments. Next, strategies. Continuous PD equips you with a range of strategies to tackle challenges more effectively. So by learning and practicing innovative methods, you become more confident in addressing complex issues and that can contribute to meaningful solutions within your workplace or your community. Finally, approaches. So professional development, PD, helps you refine and diversify your approach to tasks and your responsibilities. It will encourage adaptability and creativity. Then, in turn, will enable you to tailor your methods to suit different scenarios or individual needs. So, by combining all these strategies that we've been talking about, continuous PD again will ensure that you remain dynamic, impactful, and forward-thinking professional in your field. Okay, reflection. So reflection is a powerful tool for personal and professional growth. It allows us to learn from our experiences and improves our future actions. Here, I want to highlight a simple yet effective reflective process. Firstly, what happened? So begin by objectively reviewing the event or situation. Focus on the facts and specifics of what occurred without adding personal interpretation at this stage. Next, why did it happen? So analyze the cause behind the event. Consider the context, actions, and decisions that led to the outcome. This step helps you identify any contributing factors or underlying issues. Then, how do I feel about it? Reflect on your emotional response to the experience. Understand your feelings can provide deeper insight into how the event impacted you and reveal areas for emotional growth or resilience. Finally, what can I take away from the experience? So here you need to identify the lessons learned. Consider how this reflection can inform your future behaviors, your future decisions, or approaches to similar situations. So now this structured process encourages mindful self-awareness and continuous improvement, ensuring that each experience, whether positive or challenging, becomes an opportunity for learning and also development. All right, so just a recap of all of the presentation. So the session, firstly, we spoke about the importance of reflective practice and self-evaluation in personal and professional growth. Now, these skills help identify strengths, weaknesses, and areas for improvement. Next, we looked at reflective practice. So reflective practice involves analyzing your work, identifying ways to improve, and recognizing both strengths and weaknesses. This encourages ongoing growth and learning. Then self-evaluation. Self-evaluation focuses on gaining different perspectives, enhancing self-awareness, envisioning new solutions, and monitoring progress to improve professional practice. Next, self-evaluation process. Combining feedback and self-reflection leads to improved practice by transforming constructive criticism into actionable improvements. We also looked at the SWOT analysis. So this is a tool for identifying strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats. It provides a clear perspective on what you can do well, areas that you can improve on, opportunities to explore, and also obstacles to overcome. We covered effective self-evaluation, so key strategies that include allowing time, creating quiet space, relaxing, and highlighting achievements to ensure thoughtful self-assessment. We looked at the importance of values, beliefs, and behavior. Professional conduct is a balance of individual job requirement, compliance with legislation, and maintaining appropriate practices that are aligned with values. Then we looked at sharing feedback. So effective feedback involves giving and receiving constructive criticism while experiencing both roles. This fosters growth and understanding in professional relationships. We looked at the challenges of two-way feedback, so overcoming challenges like time constraints, fear of negative criticism, and letting go of superiority can improve feedback processes. We looked at the importance of seeking and reflecting on feedback as well. So feedback should come from diverse sources, writing about it and reflecting on it, and the insights enable us to continually grow as professionals. We covered networks, so building and utilizing professional networks support practice improvement. This includes clarifying goals, identifying support, and engaging with local networks. We also looked at development plans, so professional growth relies on structured goal setting using the SMART framework, for example. So specific, measurable, achievable, realistic, and timely goals. Small steps to achieve these goals is very important, like we discussed, and regular reflection and review. I also covered self-care, so emphasizing emotional, social, spiritual, and physical well-being that will ensure sustained professional performance and resilience. We also touched on legal and ethical considerations, so adhering to policies, maintaining privacy, and following disclosure protocols that are essential to ethical and legal practices. We looked at the importance of duty of care, so professionals must balance their duties, their rights, directions, and actions to ensure clients' safety and well-being are considered. And then from there, we covered ethical conduct, so maintaining professional conduct, avoiding conflicts of interest, and adhering to code of ethics are fundamental to integrity in practice. Further, we covered legal requirements again. So we looked at key areas like WHS, the work health and safety legislation, mandatory reporting, and ensuring non-discriminatory practices. Next, we covered accessing and reviewing information. So use resources such as professional associations, peak bodies, and support members to stay informed and ensure best practice. We looked at the importance of continuous professional development, PD. So continuous PDs is crucial for staying present, impressing your clients, and maintaining credibility. It involves widening experiences, trying new strategies, and adopting fresh approaches. The last topic we touched on was reflection. We looked at the four-step process of reflecting on experiences, understanding what happened, why it happened, how you feel about it, and what lessons can be learned. Now, by integrating all these strategies and all these tools that we spoke about today, in your professional practice, you can ensure ongoing growth as a professional. You can also ensure better performance and a positive impact on those that you're going to support in terms of your clients in the mental health field. Okay, so now let's go through the assessments for this unit. CHCPRP003, reflect on and improve own professional practice. Now, these assessments are designed to help you apply the knowledge and skills you're learning in a practical and meaningful way. There are four main assessment tasks in this unit. The first one is Assessment Task 1, Knowledge Questions. This is an open book written assessment where you'll answer knowledge-based questions. The aim is to demonstrate your understanding of the concepts that are covered in this unit. The second assessment, task 2, self-evaluate and gather feedback. So in part A, you will conduct a self-evaluation using the Johari window framework to reflect on your strengths, weaknesses, and areas of growth. And in part B, you'll obtain feedback from 2 workplace colleagues or peers, which will help you gain valuable insight into your professional practice. And then we got assessment task 3. So this will be about reflecting on feedback and participating in 2-way feedback. So this is a combination of a project and a role play. So in part A, you'll reflect on feedback provided by clients and analyze how it can be used to improve your practice. And then in part B, you'll engage in self-reflection and participate in a 2-way feedback process, demonstrating effective communication and collaboration. Now, these role play assessments are a great way to test your own knowledge and your expertise in the field. It can be daunting when you first do them, but when you get to do once you get a role on and you do a few, you understand the importance of the role play and what the aim of it is and what it teaches you as well. You learn the key aspects and the key strategies that you require when you're working with clients as well. When it comes to role plays, if you don't have the necessary support at home, like a friend or a family member that can help you out with the role play, you can always reach out to student support and they will connect you with a trainer, and the trainer will organize a time to hopefully run them role plays with you. And then this leads us to assessment 4, task 4, which is about creating a personal development plan. For this project, you'll create a personal development plan that identifies your goals and outlines the steps you'll take to achieve them. This will be an opportunity to think about your long-term professional growth. All the resources, like I mentioned in the beginning, and templates you'll need for these assessments are available on the Learning Portal. Please take the time to review them carefully before starting each task. If you have any questions or need any assistance, please don't hesitate to reach out to SLO, student support. They're here to provide support and guidance throughout the unit as well. These assessments are a chance for you to apply what you've learned, reflect on your practice, and set meaningful goals for your professional development as well. I encourage you to approach them with confidence and focus on your growth. So this is the end of our presentation today. I hope you guys all enjoyed. I wish you all the best of luck for your assessments for this unit and the other units as well. And please, if you need any help or assistance, reach out to student support and they'll connect you with the correct people to help you guys out. Have a good day.